Remaro certainly was a big part of Serafen's life, but I think the best thing to do is to just let him walk away now. The only other thing would be to take him with us to Dunnage and confront the Principi captains about the support for slavery that has been going on underneath everyone's noses. We'd probably start a war within the Principi and be the main target, going that route. But I asked Serafen what he wanted to do about his old friend, and I went with his decision. It's the right thing to do. Personally, I would have taken him to Dunnage and started that war. It's nice to be away from the cold down in Harbinger's Watch. May I never go back there again. What a place to remember. Sort of like an old relationship. An old bad relationship. I had a couple of them while I was in charge of Cad Nua. Nothing serious, mind you, but it was as if the evil that rested deep below that keep sort of affected my life, all the way up to getting killed by Aothas. I saw two women during that time. One was a wealthy merchant, and the other was a widowed noble of the Deerwood. Both spoiled rotten, but at least the merchant woman worked hard for what she had. The other, not so much. I don't even know what it was that went wrong. They were both nice-looking women, but there just seemed to be something getting in the way, making it not going to work out. Either they were too busy or I was. The noblewoman felt entitled to my time, and I just couldn't give it. Because at that time, a bunch of raids from nearby Glamfathans took the region, and Cad Nua was at the forefront of it. This went on and off for around 2 years. So what was I to do, leave the fort and spend a few months in luxury down in her castle? The merchant woman was always away, and although it started well, after a year of seeing her a couple of times, I just realized it wasn't going to get any better. Ironically, the area around Cad Nua was peaceful by then, so I could spend the time away for a bit. But a lot of failed promises to see each other went on until I just called it off. Yeah, Harbinger's Watch has a bad feeling about it for me, just like those two failed relationships. But you know what? I still like Cad Nua. It was the first place I was able to call home since I left my family. I wouldn't go back there even if they begged me, but I still have the memories of it, and I will recall them with fondness. Serafen, you want to talk?
Ahoy, Cap. Bend your ear a tick.
A tick? Serafen sighs, pinching the bridge of his nose between forefinger and thumb.
Xoti seems a right fine lass and all, but, well, she asked me to pick around in the forts. Told her I didn't see nothing. I bounced right off of her. But that were a lie.
I thought you were being too nice. What did you see?
Darkness, Cap. And little but. Then fires. Make an ash of everything.
He shudders, and I feel a cold wave roll off of him, like being doused by a storming well. It washes over me, and I find myself aboard Watcher's main deck. Something unseen presses down upon me, and I hear the ship groan beneath me. Keep watching. I'm alone, save for the corpses. Serafen, Adair, Xoti, Eloth, and so many others. Their wide, unblinking eyes reflect the burning sky above, and the dark sea beneath me churns as if boiling. With a crash like thunder, the ship breaks apart, and I plunge into water that is either so cold it burns, or so hot that it freezes me solid. The vision washes past, and I find myself looking at the blue Orlan. That was unpleasant.
I touched her mind for a second, but felt something pull me in and keep me trapped for what seemed like days. I ain't seen its like before. Sometimes old sorts get nightmares so that I can't bunk around them, but they usually ain't this flavor of apocalyptic.
If it were you, would you want to know? Serafen examines his boots through narrowed eyes.
Right, fair point, Cap. We all deserve a fighting chance against our demons, and mayhaps I can help the lass stack the odds in her favor.
Right.
Oh, Xoti. Well, I don't think there's anything left in this island. We're going to go to Dunnage. I'd really like to meet Modwyr's former owner. There's something else on your mind, Serafen. An eyebrow, the blue of the open sea, rises over an iris, the warm green of the shallow surf.
You be boring a hole in me with them eyes, Captain. I'd offer an obol for your thoughts, but I prefer not to make deals I ain't got no intention to keep.
I can say the same of you. You doing okay?
I'd be fine, actually. Strange though it be.
If you want to talk, I'll listen.
Not sure there'd be much to say, Captain.
You found out you were inadvertently aiding the trade of slaves. That couldn't have felt good.
Oh, Cap, didn't feel at all good. What brilliant you are.
He winces.
Sorry about that. Weren't fair to you.
He scuffs a boot against the ground. Remaro did the right thing, you know. Those slaver bastards deserve what they got.
That and more beside. I'm sure Remaro made it quick and painless. The soft old sort.
He smiles.
Despite it all, Cap, I'll be right glad to be serving with you.
He bows and turns away. Okay, now that that's settled, I don't even know what to say to Xoti. I see. Dunnage, here we come. Oh, we still haven't explored all of the Deadfire. This is the northeast, and of course, past Magnus Teeth. Okay, so Dunnage we go. I have barely cleared Sayuka Harbor when a sleek half-galley appears off of my port bow. It rides high in the water and fast, but keeps its distance as it approaches land. Serafen watches the ship's passage from the bulwark, expression grim. When the ship turns to pursue me, us, I recognize it as Dunnag's vessel, the Misery's Delight. Its cannons don't seem primed, and it aims to come alongside rather than set up for a broadside run. Looks like the High Queen Sea Devil be wanting words, Cap. Not sure if that would be good or ill. But at least it'll mean she ain't on Sayuka. Serafen's ears angle slightly back, and he massages the bridge of his nose. As the Misery's Delight comes alongside, Dunnage stands on the railing, one gray furled hand wrapped tight around a thick hemp line. She bows low, doffing her hat, and then tosses it to one of her deckhands. What is this all about? This is just a parlay, right?
Funny seeing you here, Captain. Especially since we've tracked Remaro to this very rock. Ain't trying to steal the bounty, are you?
She's the one hunting him, huh? Dunnage cants her grey-furred head at me, hands at her hips and near her weapons. Remaro's long gone. Let it go.
Funny. I'd have thought a watcher would have had better instincts than siding with a known traitor.
She shakes her head at it in an approximation of sadness, but doesn't bother hiding her grin.
Fuck it. We'll deal with you first, then go have a little chatsy with Remaro. No quarter, lads and lasses.
Weapons slide free of holsters and sheaths as Dunage's crew attacks, making a huge mistake. You're all dead. We just killed the god Rimmergan. What are you guys gonna do?
Let's go.
Let's go. And she's dead within seconds. As I told you, making a big mistake. We are very, very powerful. We've defeated Rimmergand. We're gonna defeat Eothas, said BB. You guys are nothing. Any more? Oh, the fools. Okay. Well, let's just pick up all their items that these idiots won't need anymore because they're going to be fish foods shortly. I guess they ran across the other side too. Yep. Not something to worry about. Dunnage is no more. Well, at least Remaro will be safe. We've taken care of the one that was after him. Alright, back to Dunnage. I think we've done pretty well recently. I am much more emboldened to take on Aethys. Right into Dunnage. Okay, well, I suppose... I'm not sure. Let's just go to Lifter's Refuge for the moment. I'm not sure. We have a bounty to turn in to make sure where it is first before we just start running around the island. Okay, Quarro. Where's Udita? Lifter's Refuge. That's where we are. Ah, you're Udita? I remember you.
What's the good word, Scuttler?
Quarro rests in Andra's watery embrace.
He's well scuttled then.
Blimey, you're keen at this.
Udita clamps down on her pipe and counts out a pouch of coins for me.
There's more work in your future.
Another
Just give me the usual signal, eh?
What bounties do you have available?
You'll be scuttling a Valian captain next. Rock Stomper Rodul is a mountain dwarf with a penchant for sinking freedom lovers. So you'll be doing me a personal favour scuttling his craft.
I think I've seen him out there. Udita reignites the bowl of her pipe and studies my expression. I'll take the bounty.
I've no doubt you'll deliver on your word. Rodul commands the galleon Goat's Horn in the open waters east of Nekataka.
Alright, farewell. You know, I kind of think, let's change the name. Should be The Watcher. Just rolls off the tongue better. Not just Watcher. So, I think, to check my journal again, that this is where Modwyr's last owner would be. I definitely remember it being Dunnage. Let's see. Okay, so... Rock Stomper will do it. Last Pilgrimage. Rhinebound Temple. Seems my sister Ares among the pilgrims. She hopes I might find some... Oh, so I did write this down as something to do. Are you serious? I have to go back there. Yeah. Maybe there'll be somebody there. Modwyr.
Yeah?
What do you want?
Remind me where I'm supposed to find your owner?
Dunnage, that place where all the pirates hang out and do crimes or whatever.
Don't forget to look for my owner there, okay? It's important.
I'm just curious. Just between you and me, what do you think of our traveling companions?
Gossip? Really? Now you're speaking my language.
Oh my. What the heck is a sword gonna know? Honestly, you're kept in your sheath most of the time. Hey, tell me about my good friend Adair.
Poor guy's none too bright, but those muscles.
Oh yeah. I can see where this is gonna go. And I'm sure she won't like Xoti. What do you think of Xoti?
I half expect Xoti to crawl into your tent when you're not looking.
She does. It's actually next to me all the time. Aloth. What do you think about Aloth?
If Aloth wants any more scars, let him know I volunteer to help.
I don't know if that's like a come on or she doesn't like him. Or it's both. Tell me about Serafen.
I asked him which of us he thinks is taller. Now he won't talk to me.
Okay, what's your opinion on Takehu?
Fish boy's so self-satisfied, it's a wonder he has time for anything else.
I like your accent, actually. It really reminds me of home. Tell me about Maya.
She keeps asking me if I think her weapons are happy. Can you tell her to leave me alone?
Now that's funny. What do you think of Palagino?
Palagina picks me up when she thinks you're not looking. For someone so severe, she's gentler than you might expect.
She's very sensitive. One of the others.
Edwin sings wending epics when she thinks no one's listening. It'd almost be nice if it weren't for her terrible singing voice.
Yeah, Edwin. That's enough.
What do you want?
Okay, so how the heck am I supposed to find your owner? Anywhere. Well, I know it's a woman. That's all I know. You must be the casita everyone speaks of.
Sure.
So I'm supposed to go look everywhere. Well, I don't think it's a priest. Hello. Hello, Captain. I don't really feel like talking to Captain Ferrante. This be his room, huh? Talking like Serafen. This be his room, huh, Cap? No, there's no one in here. Alright, so I'll look around. We'll try to find this former owner.
And I'll be a right master of each.
Yeah, I'm gonna pretend like I didn't just hear that.
Xoti had said to Serafen, you didn't take you for the romantic, and she says the tongue's got a use for each. He's the master of them all. Anyways, I believe this is it, Ingerfrith. That's where, I mean, we search all over the island. Hello? As I approach Ingerfrith, she tenses but does not run. Her eyes go wide when she meets my own, shoulders high with a hunted look etched into her long face. Modwyr strains in my grasp, pulling desperately toward the figure in the crowd.
Who are you? What are you doing here?
Her face is pale, her brow beaded with sweat. Why so defensive? You act like a hunted woman. Why?
I had thought... I hoped to never...
She rubs a shaking hand across her eyes, which are red-rimmed and bloodshot.
Why did you bring it here?
She sinks back against the stone of the doorway and hangs her head.
You said you would come back for me, but you never did.
Modwyr's voice is unsteady, strained. It pulls toward Ingerfrith as if it were a needle and she is a lodestone.
Alone for all those years, picked up and discarded by countless strange hands, hoping every time that they might be yours. What did I do wrong?
It was no fault of yours. It is I who am to blame.
Ingerfrith kneels and lays a scarred, tentative hand on the flat of Modwyr's blade. You clearly care for Modwyr. What happened?
It was shame.
Ingerfrith runs her fingers lightly down the length of the blade. Modwyr leans into her touch, warms beneath it.
I was born a cipher. As a young woman, I was apprenticed to a master animancer. He was keen to refine the art of housing souls, and he believed someone of my abilities might be an asset to his aim. My parents made a pretty copper on that deal.
She spits on the ground and grimaces.
When I left him, I took Modwyr with me. I thought it was my responsibility to look after it. I decided that my penance for Modwyr's creation would be to hunt those who used animancy for terrible ends.
You did your penance how?
For a time, I took a position with Dunnage Row in Defiance Bay. I saw things that haunt my nights still.
Yeah, poor choice.
With every unscrupulous animancer brought to justice, my guilt grew, knowing I was their equal in evils done.
She shifts her weight from foot to foot, unable to meet my eyes.
I fled for dead fire to the Principi, but I was too naive to know that shame has fleet feet. It devoured me. I thought if Modwyr were gone, I might finally be free of my shame. How foolish I was. But what of you? What do you want?
She takes an unsteady breath and turns her attention back to Modwyr.
I don't remember my life before, so I can't hate you for stealing it from me. I don't know if I'll ever be able to forgive your betrayal, but...
The sword leans heavily on Ingvrith, pressing its hilt into her thigh.
I would still prefer to stay with Ingvrith if she would have me.
I don't want to lose Modwyr, strange as that is. She was a mouthy sword. I'm not sure that's a good idea.
Perhaps your friend is right, Modwyr. Consider his words with care.
I do care for you as well.
The sword leans away from Ingvrith and towards me. It presses into my leg.
I have to wonder, what'll happen to me after both of you die? Can my soul even return to the wheel?
Good question. I'm sure it would. I guess the sword would have to be so damaged that you couldn't remain in it, and you'd just go into the in-between. That's animancy for you, though.
Though I've only known life as a weapon, and I've no desire to die, neither do I want to live forever.
Wish I could put you back into a person so you can live a life.
I'm only a weapon. A tool. And even though you're still a ham-handed halfwit, I trust you. So you decide.
I think I'll take up Ingvrith's duty to Modwyr if she's so determined to abdicate it.
You're right. After what I've done, I have no claim to it.
Ingvrith grimaces. She glances once at the sword, then quickly away. Aloth flashes a quick, pleased glance. As Ingvrith turns to leave, she walks slowly, as if waiting for someone to call after her. But Modwyr says nothing, and neither do I. I feel a feather-light touch on my mind. Countless voices swell, and their ethereal tongues speak only apologies. Then, like the breeze, they're gone. Modwyr's soul remains in the sword, but it is no longer bound exclusively to me, the Watcher. Modwyr has been placed in the stash and now can be bound to anyone. Well, let's see. I really actually have come to like this sword, especially since it opened up to me recently. It's a superb sword. Let's see if we can't enchant it, although this is going to cost a lot. Well, we'll still have almost 77,000. Enchant it to Legendary. Wow. Now, Modwyr, you are a Legendary sword to go along with my Griffin's Blade, which is also Legendary. You have a lot of effects, such as dealing burn and freeze damage. Makes me faster the more I hit. The more I hit, the faster it will go. Immune to intellect and intellect afflictions. Has a lot of powers. I'd really like to keep Modwyr. Though one day I realized that the soul should go back to the wheel. It can't just stay with me forever. And I don't know how to do that. I guess I could talk to Xoti about it one day. Maybe she can help remove it. But not today. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe.